Hi, welcome back to our creative videos. I'm Pam Hayes from Hayes Sewing Machine Company, and today we are going to do an in the hoop embroidery project. This is done by Kimberbell, and we're doing some mug rugs. The ones that I'm working with is from volume 3, and the one that I'm going to show you how to do today is Good Morning Sunshine. And to give you an idea, this is what we are basically doing. The one that I did here, it has love is a four-legged word, and it has the paws, and it's all done in the hoop. This is where you are going to turn it around, so it's your mug rug. All right, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your stabilizer in the hoop, and she recommends a cutaway stabilizer. So I'm working with Sulky Soft and Sheer, and I have brought up my design in the window, and we're just going to lower the foot, and we're going to hit start. And what it's going to do first is going to give us where to put our piece of batting. So it's stitching all the way around. The hoop size for this particular mug rug is at least 5 by 7. So again, it has stitched in the hoop on just the stabilizer itself, so I know where to put the batting. Alrighty, so I'm going to place the batting in and lower the foot and just hit start. You don't really need to worry about doing any spray or anything like that. You're just going to go, and it's going to stitch around, again, the shape, just to anchor everything down in. And I'm using regular thread to do this, so I'm not wasting my pretty embroidery thread. And then it's going to go and it's going to do a placement line for my fabric, and you'll see that in just a second. The batting that I'm using is simply Warm and White, done by the Warm and Natural Company. All right, so now we are going to take, I have basically what in this sample was the yellow fabric. This time I'm going to do it white. It is kind of a white on white print. So I'm going to line it up on the bigger square. Lower the foot, and we're going to hit start. And it's going to stitch across, and we're going to take, and we're just going to trim this guy a little bit. And then what's going to happen is we're going to put, so we did right side up for the big white square, and then we're going to line this guy up along the line that we've just sewn.
And that's right sides down.
Right sides down. We're going to take and we're going to stitch across. Again, we don't have to do anything special with it. And that looks great. Okay, so I'm just going to take it and flip it. Now, if you had a little iron, you could press that if you want to, but I'm just finger pressing it. Remember, if you want to do it with steam, just blow on your fingers. Alrighty.
You know, somebody's going to take you as that serious at some point.
That's true. All right. So now we're just going to take, and it's going to stitch the box all the way around, holding everything down. So again, it's just going to hold, anchor everything so I don't have to worry about anything shifting. All right. Now, it's going to have a quilting design. And this particular one is Little Suns.
Hang on for a second.
So see how it's Little Suns.
Mm-hmm.
You're also going to see that the paw one that I did, the quilting, was Little Paws.
Aww.
And again, they do it all that for you. So we're going to take, I'm going to keep with my kind of, actually, woman's prerogative, change your mind. We're going to take, and this time I am going to change to a pretty color. I'm going to use pale yellow. Gotta love that needle threader. All right, so we lower the foot, hit start, and it's going to do the quilting for us. And I just have a little bit of thread that I want to get rid of. So always remember, if you want to trim, stop your machine.
But why?
But why? Yes, if we don't want to hit anything, we shouldn't. All right, and we're going to let it do this quilting, and we'll be right back. All right, it has finished the quilting. Aren't they cute little suns? And that only took 6 minutes to do the whole thing. A lot faster than me doing it by hand.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, now this particular mug rug that I chose to do also has an applique. So the sun is actually going to be an applique. So how to do the applique portion. It's going to do a straight stitch where it wants the fabric to be. And my needle came unthreaded here, so let's try that one more time. All right.
If all else fails, rethread the machine.
I know, right?
People should be happy to see us do it because every time they call, we say, have you
Rethread.
changed your needle and have you rethreaded your machine?
All right, so again, it's going to do a straight stitch where you need to put the material. All right, and I thought yellow would be appropriate. And what's nice is you don't have to pre-cut anything. I'm just going to place the fabric over top of the actual straight stitch that it just did, and it's going to do basically another straight stitch. And that's where you're going to attach, and it's going to sew around it twice, and it's going to attach it to the rug mug. All right, we're going to slide this off. Take a nice sharp pair of scissors. I like to use my applique scissors. Any pair of scissors, it really doesn't matter. And you're going to take and you're going to trim all the way around as close as you can the first time. Okay? So there's our straight stitch. Now, it's going to do the cover part of it. And that is something the designer has decided. And this case is going to be a satin stitch with kind of rays coming out from the sun. But again, you don't have to worry about it. It's already in the program. It's going to do it all for you. And it's going to do a perfect satin stitch in a circle. I don't know about you, but I could not do that by hand if I had to. So it's going to go all the way around. And then it's going to do the decorative rays going out from that.
And this is where using an embroidery thread makes a difference, because the satin stitch is going to look prettier.
Yep. Yeah.
Gives it some sheen and
if
fills
you did
in
it with
better.
your regular thread, fine, but embroidery thread. And remember, embroidery thread traditionally is a 30 or 40 weight thread, whereas your normal stitching, putting a quilt together, a pair of pants together, is a 50 weight. So you want something that's a little thicker. And unlike needles, the lower the number for threads, the thicker it is, which makes no sense, but there you go.
Nobody called you.
Nobody asked me, no. Nobody asked me on that one. All right, so again, it's going to go all the way around. And this whole design, from beginning to end, takes about 22 minutes to stitch.
Just going to go in and show them a little bit closer.
So it's done the satin stitch ring, and then it's going to go and do the rays going around. All right, and we will be right back. All right, so we have finished our sun with the rays. Now I'm going to go on and finish doing the good morning sunshine. I'm going to embroider that out for you, and then we'll come back and I'm going to show you how to complete the mug rug. All righty, so I finished the good morning and sunshine. So I did that with my embroidery thread. Now we're going to put the back onto our mug rug, and I've changed back to my regular sewing thread. And actually, just should show you one thing. In the beginning, it would show you how to, how big to cut, and then for the back, it wants you to press them and fold them in half. So basically, we're going to line it up, and in the instructions, she wants you to try to overlap the center section about an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can put tape down, and if you're a newbie at this, I would recommend doing that. I'm just going to also kind of stop the machine real quick if I need to. All right, so we're going to hit the start. And again, it's just going to stitch all the way around. Again, if you're new at this, please put some tape down. And my needle did something kind of weird there, so let's take and rethread that. So just so you know, it happens to us too.
Mm-hmm. You want to show them how to back up?
Yep.
Let me get closer to the...
All right, so if you have a little faux pas and you need to back up, this is a baby lock that I'm working with. You'll see there's a needle plus minus, and I'm just going to minus 10 stitches, hit close, and then we're just going to continue from there.
So, quick question for you, Pam. When they asked you to overlap, did they ask you to overlap the bottom one Like, is that in the
doesn't,
direction? It doesn't say?
It really doesn't matter which one you overlap.
Because you need to check it out no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things-
I just thought because it sewed first on that,
Yeah.
that you were catching the bottom layer. It's kind of like what I do when I miter a corner on a quilt binding.
Yep.
On there.
It's going to stitch around it twice.
So it's extra strong.
Extra strong. And again, I'm just using cream thread so it'll do a nice job. Now, because I don't have tape on there, I'm just going to make sure that the foot doesn't catch the flap of the material.
Makes sense.
All right, so it's going to tie it off. All right. Ah, the best sound in the world. Finish sewing. All right, so now we're going to go and we're going to take the hoop, the project out of the hoop, and we're going to cut, and we want to leave basically 1/4 of an inch. So I'm looking at my stitching, and I'm cutting 1/4 of an inch, and I'm angling at the corners just to make it a little easier to turn. Okay, so now the big reveal. Dun, 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 dun. You're just going to take, and we're going to flip this around. And I'm being good today, and I am not going to poke this out with my scissors, which quite often is what I do at home. I have my point turner, so I'm going to go in and poke out the corners so they look pretty. Okay. You go to the iron, give it a press, and look at that. Ready for your next
fabulous.
favorite beverage.
There you go.
All right, we'll see you next time.